Yeah, I'll send.
Case this time around as well. We will not, however, get to see a Storm this time being picked up. But Gorilla's Pride do still stick with the Coddle Tiny combo.
I mean, it's a strong combo. I think that in terms of laning stage, the Coddle played well. He got the stacks. He did what he was supposed to. I'm just unsure whether, unless they are willing to play this Coddle mid, I think playing Coddle versus Ench is a pretty bad idea. Ench considered by many of the best players in the world a countering lane to Coddle. Because, she trades much better against the Coddle. She doesn't mind going after the Coddle because she's Ferrari, just like Coddle is a Bugatti. And she has a lot of heal. So can heal the carry from the Illuminates, can inform where the Coddle is so the carry doesn't tank the Illuminates.
10 seconds.
I hope they actually flex this Coddle to mid, or else I don't think they're going to have the lanes they had in game 1. It's going to be much harder.
To be fair, their lane actually got destroyed in game 1 as well, so that's not good. Like, the Tiny didn't... He got a couple of last hits, but he constantly had to send in regen to stay alive in the lane, so he really did not get anything out of it whatsoever, whereas the Gyro, well, he had a ball of healing next to him the entire time. This time around, though, it's going to be the Enchantress having a couple of balls of healing around her to try and keep the safe lane safe, or he's just going to harass them massively with, of course, the Impetus Enchant build. Sexy Fad CK probably added in as well. Not like superb against the Tiny. Well, it's actually like a hate-love relationship with Tiny, right? Tiny, of course, destroys your illusions, but that CK stun is nasty.
Yeah, in lane, I think the Tiny gets countered quite a bit because Tiny has 0 armor. CK has a lot of physical damage journey. But as the Tiny grows and becomes not Tiny, I think he does KO pretty well into CK if it is carry Tiny. Also worth mentioning, we were talking about the ball strat from NoPing. This Enchantress is much better at scouting the stacks of the Coddle because, well, first of all, she's much faster than the IO, and she is never afraid of anything in the first 10 minutes of the game. So I am actually really scared for G-Pride. I think they're going for the same plan, thinking, oh, I mean, we played the lanes well. We're just going to do, we're just going to bend this IO. I really feel like NoPing with this Ench, they have much better early game. You can stop the stacks. You can steal creeps from the stacks. You can push really fast because of the Dark Troll Summoner. In game 1, NoPing had no push, and that's why it kind of took them a while to win, even though Gorilla's Pride was not playing really well. I don't know, man. I feel like G-Pride, they have to fix this draft with the next picks. Let's see what they'll go for.
Okay. Yeah. I'm kind of afraid what the Tiny is going to do in this case. Because don't really think the off-lane Louise Tiny was a smashing success.
Yeah, I would agree. Pretty hard hero to pull off. I think he falls off really quickly, really fast. He's not like a Sand King or a Mars. Really need to be killing people all around the map, which they definitely did not do that game. Their supports also didn't help. So maybe instead of picking that Abba we talked about, will they bend the sky? They did. So it would be nice to have them pick like an Ogre or something. Something with a stun. Something that can actually follow this Tiny if it's mid or off lane. So that they can play faster tempo. Because NoPing, like this Ench CK screams, we're going to be gods at 15 minutes.
Yeah, it's also, like, you can also... Ooh. So they have 3 potential 4 positions.
I honestly want this Coddle to be mid. I'm not joking.
I think it has to be mid, right? I don't see another way. Unless you're making...
I think Tiny or Spirit would be a trash lane. A terrible, terrible lane. So I don't want that to happen. Which means Tiny has to be carry, right? Which means our Spirit has to be off lane. I'm sorry, it has to be 4. And thus Coddle would be mid.
It's, it feels a lot like Gorilla's Pride are trying to do a little bit of a massive flex. And they are, like, SA has the situation of sometimes completely flexing themselves until they can't move anymore. And I'm
they're
always a little
breaking
bit
their
worried
own
about
lane.
that. NoPing, they're just like, you didn't ban Voker last time. Okay, we're going to pick it up this time. Yeah, not great against Earth Spirit, granted. But, yeah, for the rest, it's always a superb hero.
Now, one thing that's actually pretty good at this Caudal Keeper here is that Earthspirit can roll into kick, silence, chakra magic, roll into kick, silence, and that's like a gazillion damage if they can execute that. Like, both of their drafts actually had a lot of Caudal combos, but if I gotta be honest, I didn't really feel the impact of Janek using chakra magic at key points to abuse those combos. And I love this NoPing thing here. The Tornado Arrow, really easy to kill this Caudal, even though he's fast and hard to catch. There's not really any counters for this Caudal.
It was also kind of what I was expecting with the CK. Right? Like, they picked up a battle last game to deal with the Skywrath this time around. Like, you don't have an Abaddon, but you need a save, because otherwise CK plus Mirana stun is like 7 seconds. Or some weird shenanigans. And I have no idea what they're doing on Gorilla's Pride. I don't think they have an idea what they're doing on their side.
Yeah, they're gonna let's pick their mid, I think. I'm sorry, they're gonna let's pick either a 5 or a mid for G Pride. Both don't seem like great ideas.
Either a 5 or a mid or an offlane or a 4.
I mean, there's no way this time is gonna be carry, right? So it has to be, and I don't think it cannot be a 4 too, because then it would have like Tiny 4 with like
Caudal offlane? Let's go.
Jesus Christ. So Tiny has to be offlane.
It's Jason Bourne.
Caudal has to be mid, and they need an offlane for G Pride. That's my guess.
10 seconds.
Earth Spirit mid. I'm gonna go with the Earth Spirit mid.
There's, there are Earth Spirit mid players. I actually think it's very underrated. It's really hard to execute. Europe actually really likes that. I've seen Gunner play it a couple of times. I don't think it's going to be the case, though.
Thompson was always the classic, but
True.
He shall be missed.
Earth Spirit. Those were the days.
Though no one beats Jarex. No one.
No one does, unfortunately.
I have no idea how Gorilla's Pride is laning this. Is this just like a everyone gets to play their favorite heroes kind of situation? What do you want to play? I want to play that hero. What do you want to play? I want to play that hero. Okay, we'll do that. No, it's not a bad PL. It's actually a really good PL game so far.
Yeah, it's pretty decent. Invoker is the only thing that kind of scares you. But even that, as the PL progresses in items, I don't think he cares.
10 seconds.
Now they're actually banning Timber, thinking that CK could be safe lane. I don't mind that. I wonder if they're going to remove another offlaner or a carry as G Pride here. What would be annoying for them? I guess Brew is kind of good versus PL. I'm not sure whether Sexy Fat would play, though. I think the Brew Mirana lane is pretty trash, if I have to be honest.
We'll see.
Yeah, considering the tempo that they want to go for NoPing, I don't mind. I think it's pretty good early versus PL. It would give them a save against his Earth Spirit. Yeah, I think that's okay.
10 seconds.
They want to go LC.
And Gorilla's Pride, do you think they are what, Oracle or something to try and keep the PL alive in the lane?
I hope not. I hope not. I want to see an offlaner that trashes CK. So something like Venomancer. They did take the Viper out here as NoPing.
Everyone always bans Viper in the last ban. Every team. Huskar, let's go.
You want a ranged hero to enable this Earth Spirit. So Snapfire doesn't strike me as bad. I think they have a decent amount of stuns in the Gorilla's Pride heroes. So if you can have that, that would be cool. Dude, if this is Caudal 5, I'm actually walking out and I'm gonna have to solo cast. I don't think I'm gonna be able to take that.
I play Caudal 5, it's amazing. It's terrible in the lane, but afterwards it's amazing.
Yeah, I used to be your best friend, and then you told me that, and you were downgraded.
I have seen that lane before, the Caudal 5 with the PL, and then he just literally only spams the Phantom Lance.
Cool. I mean, I understand, like, it's not terrible, but
there are
I
better
lane.
heroes. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a Centaur off lane. With the CK safe lane, Eng 5. Mirana 4. Poker mid. Okay. Like, okay. Pretty much. It's
They like damage on G Pride. Once again, NoPing with pretty tanky heroes on the CK center. So I don't mind the Venomancer. I don't mind Snapfire. I think that's a pretty decent amount of overwhelming damage to kill, heroes like Enchantress and Invoker. The center pick, even though it's good with the Mirana technically, it's really hard to land a stun on Phantom Lancer. Very easy for him to dodge with Doppel. So as this game scales, the stuns on the side of NoPing are very hard to land. So, once there's BKBs, this is another game where I feel like Gorilla's Pride is going to have the late game. The question is whether they're going to be too greedy to just go for the necessary items early on and eventually match the aggression of NoPing in 25, 35 minutes. Oh, they get LC.
okay.
LC versus with Urspirit in the lane.
Mid
though.
tiny.
That's,
5 coddle. 5 coddle. Urspirit 4 and safe lane L. 5 coddle.
Right.
Look at that. Bye bye Bowie. You shall be missed.
There is a negative chance Gorilla's Pride wins this game. I have never seen lanes that I hate as much as this one. You have 5 Coddle, then you have double melee lane versus an Enchantress CK. So very easy for NoPing to be aggressive. And I mean, this mid tiny is the only thing that kind of savages their draft. I give the Gorilla's Pride 0% chance. I have never said that in my life. I feel like this is a 0% chance of winning game. This draft is like, look, oh man, it's almost as ugly as this Esports set.
Wow, that is toxic. I believe in the pride of the gorillas. We're going to see that Mr. Jeans Tiny go nuts. He's going to one-pump the Enchantress, one-pump the Voker, one-pump the Mirana. CK is going to kill him. That's a little bit of a downside, but at that point, you've got the PL who does not fear death or anything on the side of the NoPing squad. I believe in Gorilla's Pride. Probably shouldn't. Coddle 5, let's go. They know what's up.
Let's go. Yes.
He's
Coddle
got the
5,
same
my favorite hero.
It's almost got the same set as mine. To be fair, there's like 2 sets on Coddle, but still.
Let's go. I mean, let's think of the combos here with the we talked about the Coddle or Spirit. That's cool. I guess the Spirit Lance is pretty annoying, but they have a tanky hero on the center. So
Tiny Avalanche Sauce into Avalanche Sauce.
True. And that's fine.
Tiny 10 MVPs in 20 matches. Holy.
That's turbo matches, dude. That's what everyone does. You play 10 turbos, you stone, you get a couple of MVPs. That's how you scare people.
I mean, I'd be terrified as well. I've seen a lot of like South America. Like I watch my friends play. Like they play around 1,000 rank 1,000 to 500 immortal. And I like see NA and SA players in Western EU like all the time. I'm watching his game and I'm like, what's Dubu doing there? Or what is I think I saw Soothes or Duster in there as well. I was like, what are you doing there? But that's normally like early in the morning, like just afternoon in EU West, which would be 7 a.m. or something where you're at. So that might be the reason.
The players being fiends, man. They don't have normal biological clock.
I never wake up at 7 a.m. I'm baffled that they can.
No, they didn't wake up. That's the thing. They've been awake for 35 hours.
Oh, that actually makes a lot more sense.
Yep. Really good play by NoPing, by the way. Identifying that when you have these mobile position 4 heroes, they'll try and go for the roll into early ward. And NoPing smoke themselves. They find the Air Spirit, and that's first blood. Not a great start for G Pride, unfortunately.
They also count toward the small camp, which G Pride forgot to do on the opposing side. It's not the greatest against Voker if it's Quaswex, though. Yeah, it's Quaswex, most likely. So you don't necessarily have to count toward the small camp. If it was Quaswex, you definitely should. Tiny, however, would love to have those small creeps to be able to farm up quickly.
Yeah, he's probably gonna win the CS battle though. Just 900. Like you have to cold snap the Tiny for a melee creep there. That's the.
Okay, Yadomi took a fat arrow. That's not a great way to start the lane, using the healing salve on yourself.
Very true. Very true. Did start with that Illuminate. So in this case, what you really want as Scotto when you're shoving the waves like that is to have your small camps free, which NoPing didn't block. So I would say that's a mistake by NoPing. Let's see how well Yadomi is going to be able to use that small camp. You just want to shove the waves and keep denying experience from the NoPing side.
Get that range creep. No! Nice. Spirit Lance coming in to save the day and get the creep. Meantime, Tiny is actually destroying, man. Look at that. 8 kills, creep kills, 4 denies.
Yeah, that's, I mean, that's expected, right? Tiny, insane base damage.
Yeah, but that is a fat, juicy stomp onto the Evoker, who, of course, Quaspex has no base. Well, not no base damage, but it's hard to right-click against Tiny if you're the Quaspex.
It's like saying, look at how I destroy my grandma in a boxing match.
That is very dark of you.
Oh, and Legion here, Luis just being solo queued by Duster. No, that Enchantress hero, man, used to counter Legion because you can dispel press the attack, but now you can also dispel the overwhelming odds buff. So 2 ways that the Enchantress can counter a poor Legion.
Your loyalty will be rewarded.
Self. Taking over the range creep, though, to get rid of the healing salve. Okay, okay. Always have to be a little bit careful when you're so close, because you can get knocked into the tower range. Doesn't take that much damage in the process, but still a pretty nasty amount of damage. Lewis coming in, has overwhelming odds in a second. Janek, can he chase him down? 4 seconds until he gets the roll. Ooh, juke, juke, juke. And turn around, Louise. Louise, not again. Duster is going to be held at bay. Janek gets slowed by the enchant. No, Duster!
Ooh.
It is going to be Janek getting the kill, so at least Louise gets a little bit of the experience.
Yeah, the lane is pushing into them, so that's actually not bad for them. He will be able to TP and rip the benefits of that kill. But still a little sad. He is, you know, 8-0. I guess he has more CS than Invoke, so that's at least the good part about this game.
Top is missing.
Yeah, he just.
Oh, just suicide. Okay, I was. Okay, okay. Then it's pretty. Okay, Yadomi roaming about. Got level 2 chakra magic. He's walking towards mid to give Guts mana so he can actually use his combo onto Soothes.
Oh.
But they don't communicate it perfectly.
And
Toss back.
What?
Underneath the tower.
No!
Janek, I don't really know. This is like 0. Minus
Wait,
3 communicate.
Oh, the Omishu had TP in the tower. He almost died.
I can't believe what's going on.
Oh, okay, that's that could be in a Dota YouTube channel. That was definitely like
that is a Dota. What the fuck is happening?
Yes,
moment
for sure. That was very entertaining. I actually this is my favorite. This is a highlight.
Someone clip it and ship it, please, because that one was like everyone. No one was talking to each other. No one.
Like that was a sure kill on Evoker. Then because you know, you only needed to wait the row after the toss back, but he actually rolls into the river. Somehow someone tries to help the Invoker. He doesn't realize someone TPs in the tower, and then Invoker almost dies to the tower hits and bottom. Omishu claims one Yadomi.
Yeah, that was just chaos. They stopped right-clicking Evoker because they were like, "Oh yeah, he's gonna escape anyway," and then he just barely gets it because, of course, it's a 5-second TP. If someone TPs before you, look at Duster's position. That is an aggressive Ench with a lot of damage, but it gets bursted down quickly. Still, Janek needs to be a little bit careful of the Dark Troll Summoner. Run, Janek, run! Nonetheless, they get the kill. Arrow flies out. Whew. Ooh, sidestep, baby, sidestep.
That overwhelming odds being level 2 was the reason they killed Duster there. You don't see that. But with 9 skeletons, that's going to be an obnoxious amount of damage. Very nicely done. That's actually really important. This Legion was struggling quite a bit. Recovering there is very much appreciated.
I still can't get over that
with
mid.
with Tornado Arrow.
Oh.
Ward does count the TP.
Arrow lands onto the Tiny, but he gets a big chunk of mana. Luis dies in the meantime, top to RDO. Considering, you know, they're all just roaming in mid at the moment, makes it a little bit rough. Speaking of rough, Janik, can he get away? Doesn't have mana. Chakra in one. Janik is going to get killed off. He did use the Stampede to slow him down. Guts in mid.
Oof.
Takes a hit of damage. Domi. Yeah, he's just going to take over the mid farm because, well, he's a Coddle. What they do.
So, I'm surprised that Guts ended up going for the phase boots here. I really felt like this is a game where rushing Blink to kill this Ancient Invoker would be nice. But yeah, Luis, I think the biggest problem for him this game is going to be the fact that he cannot jungle with this build. He has only 1 point in the Moment of Courage. And he cannot really lane versus RDO. Like, sure, he can secure a range creep, but even with like 2 points, he's going to die again.
Yeah, he's trying to disengage, but it's only delaying the inevitable, it seems, because there's an enchant in 3, 2, 1. Just needs a bit of vision, slow him down, and RDO comes in with a big smackdown. Kill secured. They lose another one there. Elmisha, in the meantime, gets taken out by Yadomi. Together with Guts, it seems. They combo together. I mean, honestly, Yadomi should just follow Guts the entire game because Kill's having pretty much a free lane. Like, he's being ignored by the Centaur, and they're sure now he's enjoying life.
Yeah. This is another game where Luis gets a pretty trash lane. Gonna lie, I know we were kind of making fun of his Tiny, but like, this is a Legion Earthspurt lane. Already trash versus Ench, and he's alone. Like, he has no one to play with. They're gonna TP a hero. I don't know what you do as Luis this game. It's so sad.
Yeah, and you mentioned a very important aspect. He's got that 1 point in Moment of Courage, so jungling is not really that great. They are walking up top, though. Guts is invised up. Walks out of the sentry range. He's looking for Soothes, which would be the better choice. Soothes is walking back in. Rolling Boulder up on top. Do they get the damage, though? Center Stampede, he walks away. They do stack their stuns a little bit too much. And now Yadomi is just going to have to pay the price.
Very true about the stacking stuns part. Yeah, I mean, this is, you know, you're not rushing that blink, so it also means that Tiny is gonna take a while till he gets online a little bit more. Can he kill Duster? They will.
He gets the kill secured onto Duster. Out of mana right now, and the Coddle is dead, so your mana battery needs to first spawn and TP in. Speaking of which, there's El Micho. Arrow gets tanked by Yadomi. Mana given to Guts. Tries to go in on Suze, who does, of course, have that infused raindrop, keeping him alive. But Yadomi does bring in the damage. And they find the kill secured on to Soothes. Oh, it is still a massive net worth. Like, Sexy Fat's just... Like, look at his farm. That's saying enough. RDO, look at his farm. That's saying enough. They're destroying the side lanes.
I mean, like, Janik's gonna surpass Luis in net worth. That's how, like, Janik at least can rotate and do stuff. And that's good, like, because they rotated with so many heroes, at least that bought a little bit of time for Luis to eventually get a lane for himself. But oftentimes, I feel like Legion is such a snowbally sort of hero. If you don't get those early duels, the hero feels pretty garbaggio. Roll onto Duster, gets the hit.
Kicks him out of the Illuminate. Bro, I'm getting very annoyed with G-Pride's communication. The worst part is they're normally teammates. They're not the subs. Why are you kicking him out of the Illuminate?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Oh, I don't agree. Like, this feels like this is the first time they're playing this draft.
Now, what I'm actually very curious about is that, in game 1, they had this Abba Koro, and they could not play together. But now, when you have this Earth Spirit Koro with the cooldown reduction on the roll, I think that is a very scary combination. Those two supports by themselves, like you can charge a full Illuminate into the Rolling Boulder stun duration. So, obviously, because you can get 2 Rolling Boulders out. So that could be a very scary killing combo once you have level 4 Chakra Magic on Iadomi.
Why is Luis going back top lane every time? He's
Yeah,
died 5
there's
times.
no place in the map.
Yeah, but still, then you farm the enemy jungle even. Like, you have vision in the triangle. Go there. Do something else. Don't feed the already mad CK. Like, they've got 9 kills on the side of NoPing, and 5 of them are on the G Pride's offlaner. No.
Yeah, and it doesn't surprise me. Gotta be honest.
They do have a diffusal blade done though, until now. They're trying to find a target. Suiz's farm is also not superb. Avatos. Grab the catch. Tool comes out, and a great control play onto Soothes.
Alright, that's a way to enable Luis. Not only they defend, that was a very bad Stampede usage by NoPing, by the way. They jumped the gun totally there, thinking they would be able to use Moonlight Shadow. So they forced. Oh, whoa, whoa! Kato almost walked the arrow there. Roll into Duster, so he dies.
Janik gets the mana, can get himself out of there. Janik tried to make a boulder smash play, but now he's just gonna get smacked because RDO is reasonably farmed. He's level 11 in 12 minutes.
He's a buffed little boy right now. And yeah, it was a good attempt by G Pride. They do force a couple of moves. They only lose support, so not the end of the world. But they really need those Blink Daggers. I mean, Guts one is ready, but it's going to be a while until Luis has his, unfortunately. Smoke attempt. I feel like Luis is going to die once again. There is a Blink on our boy center, but he does miss. The angle tornado doesn't reach.
Run, Luis! Well, this time at least he is good for distraction.
Yeah, they did force a couple of spells for that kill. And yeah, they have to play this Tiny and the OC together. Just get those tossbacks. Make sure that Luis gets a couple of dual kills, even kills to speed up that Blink Dagger. Or else he's gonna be the creep the whole time. Like, he has no place. He cannot farm waves. If you are core hero and you cannot farm waves, your hero is useless. Like, I know that it's easy to tell that he's playing wrong, but the fact that he last picked that Legion and it looks like this, it's all about the fact that they pick our Spirit. 2 melee hero. Ooh, they almost get the Omishorana there. Unfortunate.
But yeah, that's definitely a very big problem at the moment on the side of G Pride. They last pick their offlaner and he just gets destroyed. Straight up destroyed. And then they sacrifice him. And at that point, you're thinking, you could get anything else that finds farm in random places. You could get a Doom. Doom would just get destroyed in the lane, but would still find farm, regardless. Mid lane, though,
would be pretty good. Oh, Luis gets duel. There you go. That's the second duel for him. Now, toss Ava.
Okay.
There we go.
Okay. No guts, no glory. Luis getting himself his second duel victory. Yeah, that's 20 damage. Getting there. He's going for the Blade Mill. To be fair, that's actually a really good choice instead of the Blink, because you got the Tiny with the tossback, you got the Earth Spit with the tossback, and honestly, they are constantly hitting you, so doing a little bit of damage back might be fun and useful.
Yeah, I don't mind it. They're able to get a lot of these tossbacks, so they feel like the Blade Mail would also allow him to scale a little bit more. As long as they can keep getting these Avatosses with Mr. Jeans, it will look good for them. This PL, I mean, this is looking better from G Pride than I thought it would. If they can buy 15 minutes, 20 minutes. That PL will not be countered by any hero on the side of NoPing. There's no item. There's nothing that in 30-40 minutes will counter our boy now. He's already going for hard, by the way. No Manta. That's how free of a PL game he thinks this is.
Yeah, if he's got that heart, he's very... It takes a while to kill off, most of the NoPing heroes, though. That's the only downside.
Oh, no. We jinx him.
Oh! No, won't be able to get caught. They actually kill off Sooths on the side. Voker is dead. They're going to go in. In comes now, charging forward, center stampede by Sexy Fat. Louise with the duel holds down Sexy Fat. Avalanche, they don't have the dual victory, but they do have the Sexy Fat kill. And indeed, Guts gets a double kill in the process. And this tiny mid is doing work.
Yeah, so I did mention about this. The center pick, makes sense in lane. But I actually... Okay, they're going to kill Mirana as well.
Oh, the silence as well. No leaps for you. Now getting the kill.
Yeah, I think it was... I'm trying to remember. It was maybe... I don't know. It was Infamous versus someone. Like, they get the center hero, and the hero lanes well. But he's so underwhelming in terms of going for kills. Like, when you compare it to a Sand King, to a Mars, it's, like, very easy, almost instant stuns on those heroes. And the center is just way wonkier, way clunkier. And that's why this hero's not picked as much. Any other hero would have stunned the PL there, and sure, maybe lose suits, but you actually get the carry kill. Instead, it just adds to the fact that this Phantom Lancer is really hard to catch. The center doesn't really bring anything to the table in that regard.
I have seen some very nice centaur builds where they just went like the shard and overwhelming blink, and they do a ton of damage. So, that's going to take a while before he gets that amount of farm. Janet gets stunned, locked in the process, though. Guts going in, trying to find Sooths, and he again blows him up. Mana gets given back to the Tiny End. He's ready for another round of Ava toss. Sexy Fat, nice two-man stomp. There's the Ava, though, and now is actually continuing forward. Yodomi getting dragged back by RDO. Tries to stay invis with the Shadow Amulet, but will be found out because they do place a Sentry Ward chasing on towards the rest of G Pride disengaged. But Guts has a blink.
Duster.
You gotta be a little bit careful.
Yeah. Okay. I'm surprised, Guts. He's been going for pretty aggressive jumps. I thought he was going to kill Duster there. But maybe he was on fog because it is nighttime. So maybe the vision... I was debated by being a god when we watched.
They do have a ward behind it, so they do know a lot.
Who has a ward behind it?
The Radiant, G-Pride.
Wait, in the tier 1 top? Oh yeah, you're right. So I guess, he didn't know exactly when he was like in between the trees, but yeah, you're right.
But yeah, they're keeping this game close, except for RDO. Like, he's fat, he's got his BKB now done, he doesn't really... Well, there's a little bit to fear in the fight, still, with the duel and the Blade Mill. You could kill yourself pretty quickly, if you're not careful.
Definitely. He doesn't pop that BKB before the duel. It could look scary indeed, but as we just said, RDO with this BKB timing, he's looking pretty strong, and now a smoke here. They're gonna try and find, maybe bait the CK as they smoke towards his direction. Yeah, this is a... I think he's too big of a bait. There's no way G-Pride thinks they can kill those guys. Oh, they know.
Guts.
They definitely know.
Gonna get caught. Silence comes out. The arrow lands onto the Tiny. Sunstrike as well. Guts dropping low. Does have the Ava. And toss, but the Glimmer is actually going to get him out of harm's way. Duel onto El Micho. The turnaround play towards the tier 2 tower. Lewis gets a duel victory. Sexy Fat, they're dropping low. Desser taken down by now. RDO joins the fray as well. Will be able to find 2 kills in the process, but his BKB is getting close to ending. And the PL has no counter in this situation. Suze gets finished off, and RDO is the last one standing, but he doesn't have a BKB. He doesn't have any mana. He's going to get controlled up in the entire engagement. And this is where the PL goes wild.
Ooh, and I said there was a 0% chance of G-Pride winning, huh? Alright, looks like I stand corrected, because this game... I don't like this move from NoPing at all. They were... Like, at that play, if maybe you're showing the Invoker, works, because I'm sure G-Pride would have tried to connect. Instead, there's a BKB on that CK, so when you TP him like that, there's no way that G-Pride would stay in that area. So when NoPing connects onto G-Pride, they're close to that tier 2 tower. They force a super weird fight. And yeah, like the BKB timing gets wasted on that CK. But at the same time, you're going BKB on the CK. You're going Midas on the Invoker. So your power spikes don't align that much. This is looking scary. NoPing could still win this game, obviously. But they're giving a lot of chances for G-Pride, in my opinion.
But you know why that is, why they're looking so good right now? It's because you got that Coddle position 5. He puts 2 points in solo bind. He max leveled chakra magic very soon. No.
It's
you can
not
say
about being position 5. It's about a Coddle surviving. Like,
you
it
can
doesn't matter
say
if it's
whatever
mid,
you
if it's
want, my
scary,
friend. In
if
this
the
case,
Coddle,
if it's
Oh
a Coddle 4,
God.
he will farm. If it's a Coddle 5, he's literally only there to give mana to his teammates. They win like
Get
every
out.
fight because he gives them mana. Every early engagement, he gives Tiny mana the moment he's out of it. He gives the Earth Spit mana and cooldown reduction every single time. If it's a 4 position Coddle, he's on the side cutting creep waves.
Did you see that?
Yeah.
Jinek almost got hit. That was such a close arrow on him. But I look, Epulze, DKTruman is the one defending Coddle 5 in this stream.
Yes. Because I am
not
right.
defending this type of behavior.
I am
will
right.
not condone this type of behavior.
Coddle 5 is the way to go.
By the way, Harpy time right here. NoPing with that Harpy. Literally knows everything's going on right now. That's some big brother action right there. Scouts the smoke, by the way.
Yeah, they're immediately falling back on the side of NoPing. Tier 1 tower is about to find me drop. It gets denied by Soothes' little Forge Spirits.
Hello.
And okay, Duster tanks the smoke because they know it's coming. So someone has to die for it, but they immediately head into the Roche pit. They got the heart on the PL as well. And pushing everyone away is Jenik on the Earth Spit. Looking a lot more comfortable on the Earth Spit than he does on the Coddle. Like, his Coddle game was not great, but his Earth Spit game is flawless.
Yeah, I mean, the Coddle really enables this hero, and they didn't get punished nearly as much as they should, I think, in lane. So, because they didn't get punished, I guess Lewis got punished quite a bit. He was the end of the stick the whole game, but they survived. I think they were able to re-enable him in this fight with the tossbacks from Guts. So he's now a very happy lad with 50 duo.
He gets a solo kill onto El Micho. He's literally just hunting down the entire NoPing side and keeping them busy. Like, whee! Now he's dead. Oh, no, he dodges the meteor. Can he get away? In comes the duel onto Soothes. Okay, Luis, that's very presumptuous, but holds him in place so now can join the fray. However, BKB used on Soothes. He's trying to disengage. Do they have the control onto now? He does have the Aegis and the... Bro, he's not dying. Yeah, that's... Like, at that point, you look at that and you're thinking, well, maybe that's GG.
Alright, there we go. They forced the BKB. RDO will TP out. But, yeah, man. This game is looking very G-Pride favored. If NoPing wins this, I'll be very impressed. Because, you know, this Aegis will allow the PL to finish another item. And it's probably going to be a Skadi, I think. Then CK feels so sad, right? There's a gazillion illusions there. You don't really regen at all from your passive. The Centaur can't really go hard, can't really go any sort of regen. The Enchantress gets super kited by the slow. It's a rough one.
It's all because of the Coddle 5. Yes, indeed.
Yes, the Coddle 5. The sole hero in this match,
because
only MVP.
He enables Jenik. You just said it. There's no other way that you can have a Coddle and an Earth Spit in the game.
That is very true, or almost true, because there is Earth Spit mid, but true.
Or Coddle mid, but you wouldn't activate.
Hello.
Oh, again, Jenik on top of his game. Roll upon. Everyone getting scouted.
Man, yeah, I think NoPing, they are in total, like, they have to aim for this insane power spike. Like, you need Ags on Invoker, Ags Refresher on Suits. He's actually the carry, not the CK. And I don't know, maybe you need the Centaur Ags, so you root everyone into a double Cataclysm. Maybe that's the way to win this game. There's some really weird items.
RDO just needs to get a Battle Fury on CK. they need some AoE.
Jesus, it is Radiance, Shiva's Battle Fury to fight the Unstoppable now. I mean, he just got a free game.
Time to get Mirana Ags as well. Like every little bit of AoE that you can add in. Because it's a rough one. They've got a Force Glimmer as well on Yudomi, so they got the big saving factor. Gonna need a Nullifier against that again, but it's so rough. Like they're just walking up high ground.
Fostering here to try and force right back, but they're too slow. I think they should have been hitting tower already. Look how much damage now is doing. Oh, Moonlight Shadow TP.
There's the fortification.
Oh. Nice press attack.
Nice. And yeah, he like now really does not care. Like throw everything you have at me. I still have an Aegis. I have a heart. I regen more than you do damage to me. I'm okay. Love and life.
He is indeed okay. A very healthy cat, but they find the backlines. Luis.
Oh no, the Legion Commander might die, and he does, but look at that big fat magnetize on everyone. Oh, actually, big play from RDO. However, the only one that's still left alive, well, not the only one, but now it's just there. So,
oh,
Janik as well. Oh, Suze is going to get chased down Spirit Vessel. Janik is playing like a god on the Earth Spirit. Honestly, if you lose this game, that is first phase ban material right there.
Oh my lord.
Let me show.
Also dead.
Gonna go for the kick. Oh, he doesn't actually have fire stone remnants, but it's gonna be the burn. It's gonna be the burn. And they continue pushing forward because, yeah, it's great. They killed off the Legion Commander and the Coddle, but yeah, they have a PL. Like,
I actually would like to see them poking tier 4s here because they don't have tier 2s. You know, maybe if you force a buyback, it's pretty good. The age is still up for the PL, but they go for the safe play. No G Pride. They understand how crucial this game is for them. If they can somehow beat NoPing, that really makes their life much easier in terms of guaranteeing they stay in Division 2.
I mean, if they actually loses on NoPing, that match on Monday is against SG. But of course, it's only, I mean, in this game, NoPing just don't have a counter to PL. Like, not a. That's why it was kind of surprising to see the last pick Centaur against the PL. Like, just make the CK off lane. Yeah, he's gonna have a. Well, he's still gonna have a really good lane. Like, it's not like he's gonna struggle at all.
Yeah, I actually agree. I agree with you. I was very surprised by that. The problem is PL doesn't really have a lot of actual counters. You know, maybe Naga is one of the few we could see, but they already had the Invoker. Maybe they felt like having Naga Invoker would be too slow, which it's kind of true actually. Top lane, Janet acting as a ward, very beautifully executed there.
There are a lot of heroes that are better than a CK. Even Wraith King gets a cleave talent. A nice two-man stomp coming in. Janik trying to get himself out, gets stunned up in the process. Now rejoins the fray here. His entire team is gone. This is actually a perfect moment. He needs to disengage. In comes Guts. No glory, but maybe not the best moment to jump in when your team is trying to disengage. They did buy back in the process. Now rejoining. Janik is here as well. Comes to play. Does have the control onto RDO. It's going to be a duel from Luis. RDO does get the duel victory. That's 20 bonus damage for the CK. That definitely helps. Now is still very alive. They find the backline. They're trying to munch him down. RDO does still do damage, though. But they got to be very careful. Sexy Fat's going to get drained of all of his HP. And yeah, that's kind of it. No BK. BCK can't fight. Guts gets double kill, 11-0-9 on the substitute mid laner. By the by.
Yeah, really, I really like this performance. I feel like having this hero that is forced to fight a little bit more allowed Luis to recover from the terrible lane that he had. And yeah, really good game from Mr. James. I think he destroyed mid as well. Maybe even more than you usually expect. You know, obviously Invoker has the disadvantage, but he was just like denying every little creep. And we're gonna see RDO maybe try to cut the wave. Oh, yeah, they're really trying to cut the wave here, but this is dangerous.
Yeah, this is a nice duel victory for Luis. I mean, that is kind of his entire game. He is just there to hold them in place while... If he, it wouldn't be surprising to me if he gets a Shadow Amulet at this point. Sorry, no, what's it called? A Ghost Scepter, and just Ghost Scepter duel.
Yeah, it's definitely possible.
Shadows.
I mean, I don't mind the plays that NoPing is doing now. I think they understand that this game is very hard to win, so they have to go for wonky stuff. They really need to surprise. And, you know, if it was not for the buybacks and the fact that G-Pride had more map control in that fight, it was really good. They got the 2-man stun from Centaur. We were kind of talking about how hard it is for him to even land those. So they take the fight. But the problem is that G-Pride, they love long fights. If you look at the way their heroes function, you know, PL loves long fights. This Earth Spirit just wants to keep reapplying all of that magnetized damage. And NoPing, they just got outlasted, unfortunately. Their heroes, once the Phantasm gets used, once Stampede gets used, they just... their firepower gets used much faster than G-Pride's.
And they're like, oh, we see now! We see now! He fully bought out. They don't know he fully bought out, but he's getting himself one piece of the ultimate orb. They're gonna go in. Can they get the kill onto the PL? No, because Luis is there to save the day with the press the attack, and they are trying to turn it around. Duel onto RDO. He's going to be held at bay. RDO is dead. Duel victory comes out. There's just a chase on everyone and everything. Buyback from RDO. But it's BKBs aplenty, and the damage is there now. Just does so much. And honestly, Luis, even though he had like the worst possible lane ever, he does exactly what he needs to for his team. Suze being chased down. The Basher coming into play. RDO. I mean, there is a Basher on now, which is pretty nice, but RDO's BKB is now ending, and that means he can't actually do much. They do get a dieback onto Genek, but this should, at the very least, be Megas.
Yeah, if I had to pinpoint, like, anything in this game that was a problem for NoPing, I think this decision of going Midas, it's very similar to the decision of going Ags in that game for the Storm. This is a game they are on a timer. They cannot delay this game. So even though the Invoker got destroyed in lane, I think going Midas just made this game really hard because he couldn't, like, he had nothing to contribute to the game. And even though CK had a really good time, had the BKB, their timings never got used. And this just played exactly what Now wanted. He just didn't want it to fight right now. He waited. And Now is a god. There's, like, I'm pretty sure 5 heroes could jump him and he would still survive. And, you know, even if he would get killed, there's still the Legion to press the attack. Louis is doing a really good job as the guard of that Phantom Lancer.
Yeah, pretty much running the Abaddon kind of play, where it's you distract the enemy and you keep your core alive. That's literally what he does. He is playing it as an offlaner, but he is doing an exceptional job. I mean, his lane was so god-awful garbage, but he still is impactful for his team, and that is honestly the most important part. Who cares about farm when you're useful?
Exactly. And that was very smart, right? Because we talked about the fact that Koro Abba felt like a terrible support duo, but then they get this active support, and still an offlaner can save. And sure, the laning stage was not great, but we expected that. They were able to kind of power through that. Oh boy, they're going to force Stampede without doing anything.
Oh, Now is actually going in regardless with the Abyssal Blade, trying to get John to Duster. RDO looking for a target. Can he find someone big? He's going to go for the Coddle. Immediately blows him up. He's looking for the correct targets. Luis. And, well, that's a dead RDO. A dieback indeed. And that should be the G to the G. G-Pride win game 2 after a 0% prediction coming in from, well,